We locked Victoria up longer than anywhere else in the world. Over 800 people died.
I know that I've said this before in videos that I've made in the past, especially during COVID, back in 2020 and 2021, when I started using TikTok. I always made videos supporting Dan Andrews for what he was doing at the time. What he did was the right thing to do, even though a lot of us disagree and they still disagree. He saved Victoria from despair. If it wasn't for him, we would have all been dead, because just think, there's a lot of people in Victoria as we speak still today that have underlying health conditions, like some have cancer, some have heart problems, some have cardiovascular disease, some have high blood pressure, some have kidney stones, some have diabetes, some have a whole range of different health conditions. And if they got COVID, it would have just killed them off. And people just can't get that through their heads. So even though the lockdown was shit, of course, and don't get me wrong, I hated it too. And I hated not being able to go to the pub and all the things I would usually doing. I hated not being able to go out and see people. That was hard. And I hated not being able to go out Ballarat. But he was doing what had to be done, and people need to learn to get over the past. Yes, they were hard times, don't get me wrong. Even though we are 2 years on from COVID now, maybe 3 years on, I can't believe people are still whinging about it. And the quarantine stuff up, yeah, that was a big mistake on his part, I will admit that. And yeah, we did lose 800 and something people, but they were really old people, 100, some were 80, some were 90. They didn't have many years to live anyway, so they were going to die anyway, and obviously it was sad, but COVID hit them and they died. But even if they didn't get COVID, they would have still died no matter what. And people just carry on like pathetic babies. And another thing that I think he was grateful for was he prevented more deaths, because when you look at other countries, like they lost far more than 800 people. And the Commonwealth Games thing, yeah, I think that was a bit stupid, but at the same time, like, I don't think we really needed that in Victoria, because I don't really follow the Commonwealth Games, or maybe we did, but I don't think it was needed, because Ballarat's not big enough of a town, so we didn't really need it in Ballarat. If anything, we could have just had it in Melbourne, because Melbourne's got plenty of facilities for it, or Geelong even. If not in Victoria, they could have done it in Sydney. We did not need the Commonwealth Games in Victoria, and I think it was stupid that he put in for it in the first place. Yeah, that sucked. But there were lots of good things he did. And people just need to wake up and be grateful, because if it had been left up to people like Scott Morrison, we would have been in a far bigger mess. So people just get off the man's back. Good on him for winning an award. And just get on with your life. Yeah.